All right, in our first lesson, we showed you how the footing works, and now we'll show you how to make it. So we'll go up here to our application button, and we'll go into there, and we'll simply say New Family. Okay, and Revit Architecture 2010, we can also go over to here to View, and we can go to our Recent Files view. And I don't need to save this. So from our Recent Files view, I can also go in here and say Families, New Family. I need to pick a template, and there's a new foundation template file I'm going to use. So down here under structural foundation, this is the template file I'm going to use. I open up the family editor, and this is what I see. And this is more or less the plan view of this. And I'm going to take my properties palette and pull that off here a little bit over to the side and just kind of squish this down a little bit. So I'm going to start by making some reference planes and some parameters, which is all part of my 4B approach: brains, bones, balance, and body. So in my plan view here, I can start by creating some reference planes. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to say reference plane. This is going to be the width of the footing. So I can just draw some reference planes. Use your shift key on the keyboard to keep it straight if you want, and do something like that. Okay, now I'm going to go into my annotate and create some dimensions from here to here to here over to the side, make them equal. Okay, another dimension from here to here, place it over there. Escape, escape. Okay, then I'm going to take this guy and turn it into the parameter width. Okay, which is already built into the family. There's also a height and a length, which we are actually not going to use. So now I'm going to go to my front view. Okay, and I'm going to start by creating some more reference planes. I'm going to pick on this datum object and move it way over to the side. Okay, there's a reference plane if you use your tab button, and a reference level right at that point. Okay, so now watch. I'm going to go to my home tab and create a bunch more reference planes. I'm going to create a reference plane from here to here. That's going to be the start kind of thickness of the footing. Okay, then it's going to go, like this and like this and like this down to here. Somewhere over here, there's going to be the bottom of the footing. And then there's going to be another reference plane over here, which is going to represent the thickness of the continue footing. So the footing is going to kind of go in like this, zigzag its way down, and come out over here. Okay, now I'm going to create some more vertical reference planes. There's my first step. Again, you can use your shift key if you want to constrain that to keep it straight. So 1, 2, 3 more vertical reference planes down like this. Okay, escape, escape. Now I'm going to create some dimensions. Annotate. I'm going to do dimension from here to here up to there. I'm going to do another dimension from here to here to here to here up to there, and I'm going to make those guys equal. Okay, I'm going to create some more reference planes. Escape, escape. Go to my home tab and reference plane. Okay, I'm going to have the steps going to go like this, and then it's going to come over here, and then it's going to go over here, and then it's going to drop down. So that's the top of that. So I'm going to go back to annotate, aligned. So it's important here I dimension not to the reference level. I'm going to hit tab to get that reference line. Click 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull that out to there. Make them equal. Click out. Another dimension from here, again, tab to make sure I get the same reference line, and pick. So now I've got my total length, my total height offset. Okay, I'm going to go in and continue using my tab button. Click, click, drag that guy over. Click, click, drag this guy over. Click out. Okay, now I'm going to start to make some parameters. Okay, so I can do that by clicking on the dimension or going right into my types dialog. So I'm going to pick on this dimension and say add a parameter. Okay, and this is going to be called total length. Okay, and it's going to be instance parameter. Important we do that, and it's going to be a dimension. Good, not going to be a reporting parameter. So I hit OK, and that is my total length. Then I'm going to pick on this guy, do the same thing. Up here, add a parameter. It's going to be called total height. And it's also going to be instance and a dimension. So I hit OK, And then we have that. Then I'm going to take this guy and turn that into a parameter, and I'm going to call this, footing thickness. Okay. Again, instance, or I could make it, actually, no, I should say this one has to be a type. It's important that it's a type because we don't want any shape handles or grips on this. So that's why we make it a type, so that when we stretch this one, this guy just follows. So important we make this type, and it's a dimension. Hit OK. Click out. Now this is the same guy. So I'm going to pick on here and just say you are footing thickness. Okay. Now let's balance or flex the model. So I'm going to go in to my types dialog box over here. And I'm going to say, okay, the width I can only see from plan view. Total length, let's try changing this to be, 9 feet and hit apply. Looks good. 6 feet, hit apply. Looks good. The total depth, well, we can say, okay, well, let's make it 4 feet. Hit apply, and up it goes. Footing thickness, 1 foot. Hit apply. This one changes, and this one changes. Let's move this just off to the side. Can we squish this? We cannot. So I'll just move this over to here. So just to show again, 8 inches, and watch these two guys. These two guys both go up. So we've got our total length working, our total height. The width is only available in plan, so we can hit OK to see that. Let's go to our plan view. Okay, there's our width. So let's go to our types dialog box, and let's change our width to be 3 feet. Move it over here, hit apply, and that's working. So let's leave it at 3 feet. That's good. And hit OK. So I'm just going to grab these parameters and pull them over a little bit. Okay, so that's the brains, bones, and balance part of our 4B approach. If we go to a 3D view, we won't see anything because we haven't modeled anything yet. But if we go to our front view, there's our brains and bones ready to go. We'll cut off the lesson at this point. We'll come back to our next lesson, and what we'll do is go in here and we'll create an extrusion, and we will tie that extrusion to all of these reference lines, which are being controlled by these parameters. But you don't want to model the actual footing until you get this geometry working correct. So come back in our next lesson and we'll model that